Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I hope your day and your week have been going very well so far. This is Clash of the Titans, the show where we go through every single ranked matchups throughout the entire college football season, giving you guys deeper insight, analysis, and of course, more picks for all these big time matchups. In today's video, we're covering number 22 ranked Auburn on the road, taking on number 11 ranked Oklahoma in a big time SEC showdown. And as always, guys, I've got some really great picks to go ahead and share with you. But first, as always, people, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, and it really does mean a ton to us. With a new day, a new week, and a new ranked matchups comes some new opportunities to go ahead and make some money here, guys. Number 22 ranked Auburn at number 11 ranked Oklahoma, our second of 3 Clash of the Titans videos coming out this week. We already have our Texas Tech and Utah game already posted on the channel. By the time this video comes out, our full week 4 college football pick slate video will also be out. So already, if you haven't, make sure to go ahead and check those 2 videos out. And still to come after this video, we still have our Illinois-Indiana video yet to come as well. So a lot of stuff here, a lot of college football content this week. So make sure, if you haven't already, to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. 12-6 overall this year, up to date as of now, time recording. On Clash of Titans, up over 4 units profit. So it's been a very good run. Let's see if we can't keep building on that solid start to the season here. And a really fun matchup here with Auburn and Oklahoma. Obviously, like I said, big time SEC showdown. Bit of a revenge game. Jackson Arnold, the quarterback for Auburn, obviously transferred over from Oklahoma. His first time returning to Oklahoma now as a member of the Auburn Tigers. So you have that angle here. So it's going to be a really, really fun game with, again, some big SEC implications, as well as some pretty big college football playoff implications. And we're not going to waste any time here, guys. We're going to dive right into our first pick in today's video, which is a pick on the spread. I'm rocking with the Oklahoma Sooners here at home, -6.5. We jump over the outlier screen. You can see we're grabbing it from -122 on FanDuel. As always, guys, you can find this play on a number of different sports books for varying odds. It really all depends on what's available to you and what the best odds available are to you. So make sure to go ahead and check out where you can go ahead and tail this play. For me, FanDuel seems to be the way to go for -122. Now, the actual spread itself is actually -7.5 or -7, depending on what book you look at. I'm basically buying either half a point or a point off of that line, getting it down to 6.5, which I think is a very key number in this spot. Now, one thing I know a lot of people are going to be talking about here, as I just mentioned previously, this is going to be a revenge game for Jackson Arnold. I've seen a lot of people talking about this and saying this is why they should bet Auburn and Auburn and Auburn and Auburn and Auburn. Yes, I understand Jackson Arnold transferred out of Oklahoma, now taking on his former team. There's that obvious revenge game narrative at play here. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think it really matters. I think Oklahoma, this Sooners football team, is on another level in comparison to Auburn. Not saying Auburn's a bad team by any means, but there are definitely tiers and there are levels to this in college football. And I think Oklahoma is on a completely different tier than Auburn. Auburn's not a bad team by any means, but I think Oklahoma is a legit college football playoff team. I don't know if I necessarily put the national championship contender mode on them yet, but they're close. They're definitely a playoff team. Auburn, I don't think they're a playoff team personally. They're a good team. Definitely a ranked team, but not a playoff team. I think these teams are on different levels. I think Oklahoma at home is going to take this one. If anything, I think the Jackson Arnold angle actually benefits Oklahoma. They know him. They know what he does. There's a reason why he got out of Oklahoma. Now, obviously, you see transferring quarterbacks everywhere. But Jackson Arnold was not all that successful at Oklahoma. He struggled with the Sooners. Oklahoma seems to be more successful this year with John Mateer than they were last year with Jackson Arnold, who was wildly inconsistent last year for the Sooners. I think Brent Venables is happy with the result of him moving on. They know Jackson Arnold. They know defensively how to prepare for him. Now, he's been different this year. It's not the same old Jackson Arnold. He's definitely utilized his legs a lot this season for Auburn. Their offense is obviously different, but they know him. They know what makes him tick. They know what makes him uncomfortable. They are going to go ahead and game plan for this. Now, you could say the same for Auburn, right? Jackson Arnold knows what Brent Venables likes to do on defense. There's advantages on both sides here, but I do think Oklahoma, they're going to make Jackson Arnold uncomfortable in this game at home. I think he's going to probably get some boos. This crowd is going to make things awkward for him and uncomfortable for him. And I think Oklahoma's defense is going to put the hurt on him in this game. Now, beyond all that, I think John Mateer is the difference in this game, and he has been incredible for the Sooners so far this year. I think he's a legit Heisman frontrunner. He's been incredible. I just don't think Auburn has the defense to go ahead and keep up. We'll jump over the outlier screen to kind of go over some of the numbers here in this matchup. for Auburn, Oklahoma. But you see Auburn's defense, 31st scoring defense, not terrible, but they're 85th in the nation in passing yards allowed, giving up 220 passing yards per game. That's not going to fly when Oklahoma's offense is top 20 in the nation in passing yards per game, averaging 316 yards per game. Now, Oklahoma's running game, not as consistent. They have some questions with the running game, but their passing game is so damn dominant, and you see that is definitely the weak point here with this Oklahoma defense. That could be a problem here. They also don't force a ton of turnovers. They got a pretty decent pass rush, which we'll see how that works in this game. But I do think that Oklahoma should be able to go ahead and throw all over this Auburn defense. Beyond just the passing yards allowed numbers here for Auburn, you also have the fact that their tackling grade is abysmal. So far this year, Auburn has a 57.5 tackling grade coming over from PFF. That number's from PFF. 57.5, tackling grade this year for Auburn. That ranks 102nd among FBS programs. So bottom, outside the top 100, okay? Remember, there's 36 FBS teams, I believe. They're in the bottom 35 of the FBS in terms of tackling grade. And to go even further, just looking at their defensive coverage grade, which again, boils down to their pass defense. They have a 55.6 defensive coverage grade on PFF, which ranks 121st amongst FBS programs. So this is a team that is struggling defensively. They can't tackle very well. In coverage, they've struggled, which again, it contributes to that number, right? 85th in passing yards allowed. It makes sense. Both of those statistics are not good when you're playing an Oklahoma offense that's been one of the better offenses in college football. And I think Oklahoma's also above all of that. They're more battle tested. You look down below here at the strength of schedule, Oklahoma tied for 25th. They obviously played Michigan, a ranked team. Auburn, their toughest game so far was Baylor, and Baylor's not a bad team by any means, but they're not ranked. Michigan's a legit ranked team and a very strong team. Even looking at strength of victory, Oklahoma up there. They're on the higher ends in terms of strength of victory. So, pretty tougher schedule. Auburn right here tied for 85th in terms of strength of schedule. They do have they're tied for 35th in terms of strength of victory, but I do think that Oklahoma's a little bit more battle tested. I think offensively they have the key advantage here. Now, again, that's not to say that Auburn's offense isn't good at all, okay? Their running game has been phenomenal. 16th in the nation in rushing yards per game. That's pretty damn good. Their passing offense leaves a lot to be desired here, and it's not going to bode much better going up against an Oklahoma pass defense, which is the second best in terms of passing yards allowed per game. The fourth best scoring defense in college football right now. I just think that Oklahoma's defense is going to be a lot for Jackson Arnold to handle here. Again, Brent Venables, he knows what to do to slow him down, and I just think that Auburn's defense, the key, I think more so than anything else, Auburn's defense is going to be the thing that loses them this game, and why I think Oklahoma has the advantage to go ahead and cover the spread. I think Oklahoma's defense can do enough to slow Auburn down offensively, but I don't think Auburn's defense can slow Oklahoma down, specifically in the passing game. I think they're going to have a rough time here. I think Oklahoma's going to have a high-scoring game and a good game here. So -6.5 from -122 seems like the right play to me in this one. And for my second pick in today's video, again, kind of piggybacking off of the points I just made with the last pick, I'm going with Oklahoma on the team total over 24.5 here, which is -146 right now over on FanDuel. Now, you could go a little higher. You go to 25.5, 26.5. The value will be a little bit better. But I'm willing to pay a little extra if it means getting a better line here. And Oklahoma over 24.5, the data looks to be pretty solid so far this season. They've cashed the over in 2 out of 3 games, averaging 33.67 points per game. The one game they missed it was against Michigan, where they did score 24 points. They missed it by 1 point in that game. So even when they missed it this year, it's been very, very close. Their other 2 games, 42 versus Temple, 35 versus ILST. So I think that this is a good bet here. Now, head-to-head, these teams obviously did play last year, September 28th. Oklahoma scored 27 points in that game last year versus Auburn. I think Oklahoma's offense is better this year with Jackson Arnold gone. And now you got John Mateer, who, like I said, one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now, a legit Heisman frontrunner. I think this over is a good play. I really do. I think -146, obviously from a value standpoint, may not be the most valuable pick you're going to see across every sports bettor on the internet or whatever, but I do think it's a good play. I think they're definitely going to cash this over. Again, Auburn, they can't tackle. Their coverage grades are weak. I think Oklahoma scores a healthy amount of points through John Mateer and their passing game in this matchup. All right, guys, real quick, before we finish off with our third and final play in today's video, which is a player prop, I want to talk to you guys real quick about the sponsor of today's video, Chalkboard. If you like player props and haven't given Chalkboard a go yet, you are absolutely missing out. Right now, they have an incredible sign-up offer for new users. If you sign up today, they'll give you a free $20, no deposit necessary. That, my friends, is a deal. You need to make sure to go ahead and use code GUYBOSTON to trigger that bonus, though. So make sure to go ahead and do that. head over to the link down below in the description and or the pinned comment. It'll be in either the description or the pinned comment, whichever way you want to go ahead and find that link. It'll be in both of those locations. Download Chalkboard, sign up with code GuyBoston, and claim your free $20 today. Again, one more time, the link will be down below in the description or the pinned comment. Use code GuyBoston, claim your free $20 today. No deposit necessary. Now, let's finish up strong with our third and final pick in today's video. All right, guys, and for our third and final pick in today's video, I like to close off most of my Clash of Titans videos with a little player prop action here. So for our player prop in this game, again, kind of sticking with the theme of Oklahoma in this game, I'm going to go ahead and rock with Deion Burks here for my player prop over 63.5 receiving yards for the Oklahoma Sooners. I'm grabbing that from -115 over on BetMGM. Now for this line, it's only available on BetMGM and Sleeper, but if you adjust it a little bit, you can find it on other sportsbooks. You can go to 64.5, and now it's available over on FanDuel, DraftKings, and Hard Rock, which is only 1 yard difference. You can go over to 62.5. Also available on Hard Rock Bet, Underdog, and Flip. So multiple options to tail this. And again, it's a 1 or 2 yard difference in play. I'm taking it at 63.5 from -115. And the data is pretty strong here on this player prop. Deion Burks has cashed this over in 2 of 3 games so far this year. That's a 67% hit rate on this over, averaging 75 receiving yards per game this season. Now, you do see in the Temple game, he only had 36 receiving yards. Oklahoma destroyed Temple in that game, and they didn't really need to throw the football all that much. My key point in this one, and why I like this player prop a lot, is looking at the Michigan game, which I think is a good comparison, because obviously Michigan, a ranked opponent. This is the second ranked game of the season for Oklahoma. Also a strong defensive team. It's a comparable number. He had 101 receiving yards in that Michigan game. And if you look down below here at the target share, okay, now overall this year, Deion Burks, okay, he is the #1 wide receiver in this offense. 25 targets, a 23.4% target share this year for Oklahoma. He's clearly their top guy, right? Against Temple, he only had 4 targets, so it makes sense why he didn't have as many yards in that game. But in that Michigan game, when they needed him most, when the passing offense needed to throw the football, when John Mateer needed someone to go to, he looked at Deion Burks consistently. 13 targets in that game. He had 7 catches for 101 yards. Even in week 1, he had 8 targets, 7 catches for 88 yards. The fact that in that Michigan game, against a tough defense, when John Mateer needed to make plays, he looked at Deion Burks. That's a pretty big deal for me, okay? Looking down below at the target share for that game, he had a 37% target share in that week 2 game against Michigan. So he looked at him a lot in that spot. I expect in this game, if it does end up getting a little on the tighter side, Deion Burks will be the guy he goes to. Again, even looking at this game, 8 targets in that one, 21% target share. He's clearly the top option in this offense. He's John Mateer's go-to guy, and I do like him in this spot. Looking at the matchup again one more time, bad tackling rates for Auburn. They're right now defense 85th in passing yards allowed, which is not very good. And looking at receiving yards allowed per game, 220 yards per game. That is 86th in the nation. It's a neutral mark. But again, I do think this is going to be a good spot for Deion Burks to go ahead and take his over. He can make some good plays, break some tackles, and get some yardage there. So pretty good player prop to close out today's video. Guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. One more time, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Again, this is 2 of 3 Clash of the Titans videos coming out this week. Make sure to tune in for Illinois, Indiana, which will be coming out later on, either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. We also have our college football pick slate, which is already out by this time, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. And also, we have all of our NFL content coming out over the weekend, including myself going live on Sunday morning to break down some NFL player props. So make sure, subscribe for all the great content we have coming out on the channel over the next several days and throughout the entire football season. Until next time, guys, I hope you're all winners. Enjoy this game. Enjoy your college football Saturday. And more importantly, let's go ahead and make some money, baby. Let's go.